be at those games, to be at those events, to be where we need to be. Okay? So I'll sit down and I'll make phone calls for 2 days. I'll call on Monday and I'll set up Tuesday, Wednesday. I'll leave some time in the morning, I'll learn from John, to call for Thursday. And I call all day long Tuesday and Wednesday, guys. I'm one of those terrible drivers. I will probably cash in my accidental death policy sometime because I'm dialing, texting, calling, whatever, in the car in between appointments. So I got a notebook right there. I just open it up. I'm in that section I want to call on. I'm dialing. You don't have to stare at the whole thing. I mean, it's kind of tricky sometimes trying to take a picture of the lead for a text. But, you get a little bit better. You get a little bit better at these things. Terry. So, what I'm doing though is I'm rolling those appointments while I'm out of town. Okay? When I'm out of town, I hardly ever door knock. Okay? If I get no-showed out of town, like on a 2, 3, 4 day trip, I will pull in the parking lot and make phone calls for that next day that I need to set appointments for. Because normally I can make more phone calls and I can see people door knocking. If that makes sense. And I may need to set up those next 2 days. Because if I go on a 3 or 4 day trip, guys, I'm going 2 days set and 2 days not set, knowing that I'm going to figure out a way to get those set from calling and doing those other kind of things during the time. If that makes sense. And so you don't want, if you try to sit down and you try to think, oh my God, I got 4 days of appointments, pretty soon it'll be lunchtime Monday morning, you won't even call yet because you'll be paralyzed with fear of nobody's going to answer the phone. Okay? So set some small goals, kind of like Gary talked about. Win that day. Don't try to win all 4 days. If that makes sense. One of the other things I also do is when we do door knocks eventually, when I'm kind of in town, is we've got an app that we got from Jackie, Weir. Set those things up. Weir is awesome because you can hit optimize at any point in time. It tells you what's the closest lead to you from right there. So you may put all these door knocks in all these things, but not all these little programs are going to tell you right then and there. I don't have to figure it out. I just hit optimize, it comes up, it says Smith Street's the next closest one. Boom, if I need to go there, then I go there. Okay, so little things like that are going to help you in your day also, running appointments. So a couple other things real quick, and I'll end with that. When you're out of town, a couple things that are really going to help you be successful in the long run. Okay, number one, do e-apps as much as possible. Okay, do e-apps as much as possible. I came in, when I learned this deal, I took the John Wetmore method, man. I was like, 3 signatures, health questions, see you guys later. I'm out the door. And I obviously wasn't nearly as good as John at this because, 2 or 3 days later, I'd get something back from America or Mutual or whatever, and I'd have missed like 3 signatures, and this guy's got some med list, and I'm like, dang, like I'm not, it wasn't profitable at all. Okay, so do as many e-apps as possible because at least getting it submitted with whatever company you're doing, it's right submitting it. You still might have to go back and do a couple things, but at least it's not human error, your own fault. In the beginning, if that makes sense. Because if I'm here in St. Louis and I got to go to Iowa or Oklahoma, man, it's not really that fun to go out there and get a signature. Get one signature. That's not, and it's happened. I mean, I've been that dumb before, so I will let you guys know that. Other thing, when you are calling, my suggestion, and this is just what's worked for me, just like a football coach, I was a really good football coach because I stole a lot of ideas from a lot of really good people. Okay? Same thing in this business here. Okay? When I call to set up appointments, especially if I'm going on the road, okay, I'm calling 3 times, nobody answers, I call back a 4th time and leave a message. I always tell them I've got some pending paperwork that's going to expire. Doesn't matter if it's a brand new lead or an old lead, I'm leaving that message. Then I'm sending them out a text right then and there after that. Give them 2 or 3 times, maybe 4 times if I'm on the road, and then I go on the next lead. Okay, and I'll do that with everybody who does not answer the phone. Okay, reason being, I'm trying to get some things back from people because I'm trying to get things set up as quickly as I can for getting out of town, things like that. If I have people that I can't ever get a hold of or they don't respond to anything, best thing about having an iPhone, and they have an iPhone, on there it says they read the text. So if they read the text and they didn't answer, I'll text them back in about a half hour. Hey, what time works best? You know, like, I know you looked at this, so let's get an answer. You know, even if they tell me to go to hell, that's awesome. At least I know. At least I know they got the message. You know, they know they don't know yet, but they're gonna see my face anyway, which is no big deal. So I know they're alive at least, and all that kind of good stuff. And then the last thing I'll leave you guys is this. When I was in Nashville, Mike Killamid always gives me trouble. I had some nice shorts on when I was training last time. He goes, man, you gotta wear long pants in Atlanta. And I said, oh, okay. And then he started on telling me why I needed to wear long pants. And I was like, no, I was like, you're the boss. I'm like, I'm wearing long pants because you just told me to. You know, I don't need any more than that. You guys who are out here doing things, when your manager tells you to do something, do it. Who the hell are you not to listen to him or her, whoever your manager is? They're the ones that know what's going on. If you've asked a question, they've given you something, do it. Okay, one of the best things I've done as an agent in 2 years, and you can ask John, is everything he tells me to do, I do. Might work sometimes it doesn't, but you know what, I do it. I never come back with the same question, and he goes, oh, didn't I tell you to do that? We never had that conversation ever. Ever. Okay, I've talked to many of you guys in this room about things, and I tried it. May or may not work, but I listened to you and tried it. Don't try to do this on your own. Nobody's you're not gonna be successful on your own, guys. Okay? So work hard, don't give yourself an excuse, and listen to your managers when you got stuff that you need to have done. And if anybody ever needs anything, I think everybody's got my phone number somewhere at this point in time. Just give me a holler. And thank you very much.
Oh man. All right. Good day so far, huh? Yep. Good stuff. You guys met Bobby earlier from America. We also said, like I said, we have Brent from Mutual of Omaha. Known Brent for